£130.
Happy days.
And their tills are ringing. Britain is a nation of shoppers.
Oh, I've got to get that.
Yay, sale!
But we don't always shop savvy.
Do you want me to pay for these on my card?
Yeah.
Please don't use me again. I'm full to my max.
It's high time we changed our ways.
Our estimate for shoes is 3,000.
3,000.
In shoes, that's quite an achievement.
I'm business journalist Steph McGovern, and I'll be using my financial know-how to make your money go further.
Tell me about your credit cards. How many have you got?
Also leading the charge is retail addict Alex Jones.
Are you ready to try some new ways of doing things?
Definitely.
An impulse shopper who understands all too well the pitfalls that part us from our cash.
Some people can spend an entire Saturday here. I do it all the time.
Our mission is to change the country's shopping style by challenging families to try new goods. Do you think then the better-known brands are better products?
Yeah, the more you pay, the better something's going to be.
And think about the things they already own.
The first thing I've pulled out has still got the label on.
Testing everyday products.
Do you want to have a little feel of it? See what you think?
So this is going straight in my basket.
Questioning their habits.
That is the cheapest, paint one.
Completely wrong. Oh, no!
Completely wrong. That's a massive shock.
Would you ever go for an own brand?
Definitely not.
And trying the unknown.
You are having a laugh.
Just give it a go, Mum.
We're hoping the experiment will prove that we can all learn to save a packet and shop well for less.
I thought it was perhaps from like a little boutique type shop.
$9.99.
No way.
It's cheap as chips.
Well, I think we nailed that. We're in South Yorkshire with a family hoping to learn how to be smarter spenders.
We're going to go play football. This is fantastic.
Beauty therapist Naomi and project manager Richard have two sons, 6-year-old Rudy and Seb, who's 9. And we can't forget 1-year-old Dolly.
We're the Allens!
We met at school years ago and went out at school.
We had our first kiss on stage at school. I was supposed to give her a peck, but I snogged it.
Yay!
But this kissing couple have one big problem. There's too much month at the end of their money.
I think budget is the problem with us. We wait for payday, we spend the money that we get, and then we panic at the end of the month because we've got nothing left.
Appearance is all important to the Allens, who splash their cash on the biggest brand names. And they can't stop buying on a whim.
I am in the shops probably 2-3 times a week, definitely. I love shopping. We are impulse buyers.
She's always like, these are nice shoes. She doesn't need it. This is a nice dress. And she's spending like £1,060.
I buy something because I like it, and it keeps me happy for 2 seconds, and it might sit in the bag upstairs for 2 weeks.
And like many couples, when it comes to their kids, Naomi and Richard find it hard to say no.
There is an expectation that they'll get something.
Please, can I have this toy or have this book or have this soft teddy?
We'll say things like, we'll think about it, and then Rudy will be like, yes, that means yes.
For the Allens, paying out on the priciest products has turned into a habit that's hard to resist.
I think we're brand loyal because we think they're the better products.
But the Allens need help because their home's hiding a bit of a DIY disaster that only big savings can rescue.
The bathroom is just a building site. It's stripped out, there's nothing in it. We bought the bathroom suite, but we've not got the money organised together to pay for somebody to come and fit it.
All that impulse spending on big brands means that the Allens' real priorities are being neglected.
I think they definitely need a lot of help saving, which I think will be quite hard, especially with Mum.
We've come up with a product switching experiment to break their brand addiction and keep more money in their pockets.
I know we can certainly shop better and save money.
Well, that's the plan. We need to see just how this family shops, and where better to start than the mall.
They've got everything here, haven't they?
The shops are packed full of tricks to tempt us from our cash, and the tricks work. We fork out around £3.1 billion shopping every week.
If I'm feeling stressed, the place I'll go is a shopping centre.
But as Alex and I know, retail therapy comes at a cost.
The longer you wander, the more you're likely to spend. See, it says 3 for 2, but I can't actually see any prices.
But you're thinking, I'm getting a bargain because I'm getting one free.
Exactly.
When you're probably not.
And the pitfalls don't stop at the prices.
Have a look at this. If you see in the corners, it's
Yeah.
all the big stores. They're the ones that are, you know, the destination ones pulling everyone in. But of course, to get to them, look at all these shops you're passing, all the little ones. That's your eyes looking in all them windows.
Yeah. It's a trap, Steph.
But a trap we're happy to be in.
Oh, so happy, so happy.
But today is all about the Allens, and at the mall, Alex and I can observe them in their native environment. They've got a trip to Scotland coming up, so top of the shopping list are coats for the boys. But can these impulse shoppers stick to the plan?
This is the new Marc Jacobs one from Decadence.
Thank you.
Oh dear, step away from the perfume, Naomi.
I've actually got
You're
Daisy on
okay,
today,
that's all
yeah.
right.
Thank you.
Oh, that is lovely. Yeah.
To work out how to help this family, we want to see for ourselves where the label-loving couple are going wrong. As the Allens get distracted, we've hidden ourselves away to watch their every move.
How much is that one?
85, but it is Fred Perry, and it
do
is
like
smart.
Fred
I
Perry.
do, yeah.
If they went high street, you could get 2 or 3 for that price.
And you've got to question, are they just paying for the little logo that's in the corner?
But I think that little logo is quite important to him.
Yeah.
Put 38 on.
And he's not finished yet.
I could wear this for work.
You work at home?
He works at home.
Which card am I putting it on? M&S.
Yes.
If we thought saving this couple money would be easy, we may need to think again.
Will that take your fancy?
No, it's a sale. I can't be bothered to rifle through it.
Look at the sale stuff. You might like it.
No such luck. They're heading to the bed linen instead. It's a bit of a departure from the jackets that they came to buy.
Yeah, I do quite like that one.
Okay. Just those, please.
Maybe sleep on it. It's a good idea to pause before you pay so you don't regret those impulse purchases.
There's some things they're looking for, and it's almost like they have to hunt for it as well.
Yeah.
And when they go on that hunt, they're seeing about 20 other things that are
That's
catching their
true.
eyes.
Gosh, you can see loads from here, can't you?
If you're in the mood, the hunt's quite fun.
But not if you want to save money.
Such a killjoy, Steph.
Better keep your voice down, Alex. They're getting close to our hideout.
They're literally now a few aisles that way. Oh, we're in that door.
To be honest, I don't think the T-Was, they're that focused, aren't they?
And the hunt for things on their list is leading them back to what's not the big names.
Ooh, Vera Wang.
Oh, Vera Wang.
Of course. Designer.
She's got her own collection of frames and stuff now.
What are they looking for? A photo frame, essential.
For a couple who love to binge buy for their kids, there are still no winter coats for the boys.
With the collar, it's smarter, isn't it?
But Dolly's in for a treat.
Oh, it's like a little lamb. Oh, I've got to get her that.
Of course you do. And it feels a lot less like spending when you're popping it on the plastic.
Do you want me to pay for these on my card?
Yeah. Is that all right?
Yeah, of course it is.
I don't want to put too much on my credit card.
Well, the M&S is probably shouting them all in.
Please don't use me again. I'm full to my max.
That's 30 quid on tops for the lads, plus £40 on 2 dresses, and a hat for Dolly.
We started out to get coats for the boys. We've ended up with loads of other stuff.
The boys are going to be cold in Scotland.
But don't worry, Rich is going to look immense in his blazer. Right, do you know what? We need to have a word with this
We
back.
do.
Come
That
on,
is a lot of
come
money.
on, let's go.
Just go and grab me the 8 then.
To stop the Allens in their tracks, our plan is to confront the couple as they leave.
We haven't even got the boys' coats. We've gone totally off focus again.
With bags bulging with brands, the Allens have no idea what awaits them.
Now then, you two!
shopping monsters, aren't you?
We've enjoyed watching you. It's been an absolute eye-opener, to be honest. What is actually in these bags, then?
Well, I bought a jacket and a jumper, which I'm
Yeah.
thrilled with.
There is 2 dresses for Dolly.
Good.
And a hat.
And there's other things in there as well, aren't there? Like maybe a bit of bedding for
Yeah.
that. Totally forgot about that one, didn't you?
I think I'm so skitty that I end up just getting,
What you like?
yeah, just attracted to everything. I'm like, ooh, let's go in there. And yeah, we've not achieved what we set out
We've
to achieve.
enjoyed it.
You've had a good day. You've
Yeah.
had a lovely day. So how much do you think you've spent, ish?
I would say we've spent around £250, possibly.
Here's the receipts. Steph's excellent at maths.
Are you?
So in total, it was £420 and 5 pence.
£420. I can't believe it's that much.
Well, you genuinely look surprised, but yet you made every single purchase at every single till.
You were there the whole time.
Yeah. Right. We need to sit down with you two.
You need some help. Come on.
Come on, let's
help.
Before we can sit the Allens down for a talk, though, we're paying a sneaky visit to their home. Now, many of us have little idea of just how much we already own. And I suspect the Allens are a prime example.
Oh, look, the first thing I've pulled out has still got the label on.
We're smuggling away piles of their impulse purchases to use for our own pop-up shop. And the Allens are blissfully unaware.
Now, we know that you two absolutely love shopping. So, yeah, have a look in here, see if there's anything you like, you fancy.
Okay.
To get this family to face up to the reality of their spending, Alex and I need to show them how excessive it's been.
Oh my God. That's my wardrobe.
It is not actually all your stuff, but a lot of your stuff, and there's a lot more.
I didn't even see all that stuff down there.
I did, but I didn't know it was ours.
There's 3 hoovers.
How come you're surprised? You're like, there's 3 hoovers.
They were in your house.
I suppose when you've got them in different rooms, and I'm not using that one all the time. I use the newer one.
What, you alternate between them?
Yeah. It was the old model.
But then the new model came out.
And then the new model came out.
Keeping up with the latest trends is bad news for budgeters, and it doesn't always mean you're getting the best.
Have you noticed any difference?
Actually, I prefer the old one.
Yeah, that of all things a bit difficult.
Hoovering up a lot of the Allens' spare cash is clothes.
Repetition. How many yellow polo shirts do you need? 2 little boys. 5.
Do you do that thing where you dress them similarly?
Yeah.
I do, yeah.
So what if Rudy wore the clothes that Seb's grown out of, so you're not duplicating so much stuff?
I do try and do that, but I just feel for me that Rudy seems to be getting all the cast-offs and then Seb's getting all the new things. And I think that's quite difficult in terms of treating them all the same.
It's a common cost. Parents don't want one child to feel left out. All the more reason for us to make sure we get good value.
Well, we had the most amount of fun in Dolly's room because it's a lovely room, but also we couldn't believe the size of a 15-month-old's wardrobe. It's huge, look at all these stuff, and lots of them with tags on.
How much do you think you've spent on it then?
350?
No, come on.
350 quid.
400.
400 quid.
Way off. Dolly's wardrobe alone is worth just over £1,200.
So that's not even funny, is it?
Now, lots of us confess to owning too many clothes, but Richard's sitting on £2,300 worth in his wardrobe. And impulse shopper Naomi's no better. Her outfits, a lot of which look very similar, add up to over £4,000.
How shocking is this to you generally? On a scale of 1 to 10, do you actually think, gosh, we had no idea we were spending that much?
No.
On toiletries, makeup and perfume, the family has spent an estimated £1,600.
I do love perfume though.
That's a lot of money, though.
Smell lovely.
And there are duplicate cleaning products too.
We don't really go shopping with a list or anything, so we suggest. Do we need it?
It is
We
just,
get-
it is pure guesswork, I think.
In fact, the Allens have over 60 quid's worth of sprays and cleaners in their cupboards.
There's so many jobs.
And Dolly's big brand products cost the couple nearly £600 a year.
Do you think then the better known brands, the ones that are often more expensive, are better products, are going to be better on Dolly?
Yeah, I think you would think that the more you pay, the better something's going to be.
But big names cost money, and on gadgets, including 5 tablets, the family have blown around £5,600.
Ooh!
That's a shocker, that,
Really?
isn't it? You really want to save money, don't you? Because you want to get that bathroom done. I mean, we saw that room.
Yeah.
You want to get that done as soon as you can with 3 kids.
That is a priority, definitely.
Yeah. Are you ready to try some new ways of doing things?
Yeah,
Definitely.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah?
We want to show how we can all change our bad shopping habits, using the Allens as our guinea pigs.
The Allen's faces were a picture, weren't they, when they walked into the pop-up shop?
They didn't realise it was their stuff straight away. They're real impulse buyers, aren't they? They're people who will see something and they'll, you know, think, oh yeah, we'll have that.
And they like brands as well, so another area maybe is encouraging them to use own brands as opposed to labels and brands that they recognise, and that could save them a lot of money. Right, you pay this bill.
Our experiment will touch every area of their lives. We've taken away their branded belongings, replacing them with secret substitutes.
Yeah, that one's okay.
Hoping to challenge their brand assumptions and open their eyes to alternatives that could help us all to spend less.
What do you think this is fairy?
No, that's not fair.
No, that's definitely not fair, but it smells nice.
And to really test the family's knowledge of their own products, some items haven't been swapped at all.
Dishwasher tabs,
Oh,
they look different.
And some have simply been confiscated.
What do you think about having your Kindles instead of your iPads?
Don't like it.
Oh no, Roo?
Love it.
Really? Yay!
What have we done with my headphones?
They're not yours, definitely not.
I remember
they're
this
not.
game though.
Oh my god, those nappies look so cheap!
Yep, £104 a year cheaper, in fact. And these supermarket-owned nappies are award-winning.
Why do they have to do this?
I think they're trying to re-educate Mum and Dad into making us more aware of other things on the market.
Teach us a lesson.
Yeah, so maybe we can get other things cheaper and save Mum and Dad some money.
Yeah, we do need to save some money, because what
We
do we
need a
need?
bathroom.
We need a bathroom.
Don't we?
Challenging the couple's love of a label could be crucial, especially when it comes to their kids.
It's been delabeled. It's got no label.
Wait, is that what you were looking for? The room?
So gone are the designer names, replaced by like-for-like high street alternatives. But would the Allens know the difference?
I think it might be designer or something. It feels quite good quality. Oh, man. Oh, no. My makeup.
Yep, you've only got a little bit of makeup.
Naomi's makeup cost her £674. So how will she make do with a slimline selection that's worth just under 60 quid?
Oh, no. One perfume.
Well, we don't need 11 perfumes on there.
I do. No, you can't do this.
One cupboard between us.
I don't know what to think right now, to be honest. I'm really nervous about the week ahead. I think having taken everything away from me is really daunting. I'm really, really nervous.
But there's really no need, because when it comes to shopping better for less, we know a man who can help us all. Consumer expert Professor Avi Shankar.
I'm here to do 2 things. Basically to reveal some of the tactics that marketing people use to make us buy more. And second, I'm here to try and help people keep more of their money in their wallets.
The Allens often buy on impulse, making them a retailer's dream. But Avi's clued up on how to become a smarter shopper.
So what have we got here then, Avi? A maze and some rather cute-looking little miniatures, which are...
There's a menu.
Yeah, that's you, Steph.
Excellent.
What we're trying to show are some of the tactics and techniques that retailers use. They want to attract us into the store. So often you'll have very attractive displays at the front.
So if we go in through the door...
Come on then. Oh, look, Steph, there's some new perfume here.
So why do you think the perfume's there?
Because they're normally pretty bottles.
Well, they're also high-value goods.
Right.
And also, they're bombarding your senses with smell. So retail environments aren't just about the space, but also engaging the senses. So hear, smell, and obviously sound is very important as well. Depending on the shop, they'll play different music. Now, sometimes it will be to slow you down, but other stores might want you to go through the store really quickly, so they'll play much quicker tempo.
Oh, really? So it'll be a bit more up-tempo, so you're like, let's go.
Some department stores, they're like adult sweet shops, really. Everywhere you look, there's something really great to look at or buy.
So yesterday, I was in a shop I know very well, went to the area where normally you buy knickers and bra, no knickers and bra there. Yeah. Completely threw me. What's that about then?
Well, if they move it, then that means you have to spend more time in the shop, therefore you're more exposed to a greater variety of brands, and hopefully you'll be seduced into buying something that perhaps you didn't plan on buying when you went in.
Well, I came out with falafels.
From a shop that sells bra and knickers?
Yeah.
Back in Yorkshire, the Allens are negotiating the maze of life without labels for the first time.
Let's have a look what delights we have in here.
Given Naomi's devotion to designer brands, the family could make big savings if their biggest spender was willing to try our like-for-like high street alternatives.
The top's not bad. They've got quite a nice pattern on them. Oh yeah, love this. This is something I would wear.
Oh yes, we know it's almost identical to one you already own. But if you'd have bought this £25 high street number instead, you'd have spent almost half as much. But it's on the smallest outfits that the biggest savings could be made.
This is fairly typical of what we'd normally go for, isn't it? Feels nice quality, actually. You know, it might be designer.
It's high street, but doesn't that show the difference a label makes? In the UK, the children's wear market is worth a whopping £6.7 billion. But given the limited lifespan, opting for cut-price clothes, like this £3 T-shirt and £6 jeans, could save a fortune.
Woo, but I like the T-shirt and hoodie now. The T-shirt and hoodie. And my favourite colour it's got. I quite like it.
At £12 from a budget fashion store, that's £25 cheaper than his original jacket.
I think it's good. Hooray! Good time.
And it could just save the kids from developing their own designer devotion.
Would you like your shoes better if they were Adidas? I probably would. Yeah, I'm terrible. I'm not very keen on brands.
But the decision's not up to 6-year-old Rudy. On the boys' trainers alone, the family could have spent over £50 less, which sounds a lot to me like smart shopping, something Avi knows all about.
Brand owners will pay money for specific spots in the shop. The most coveted space is that eye-level space, and we often find that it's the big brands that are in that space.
Which might be the more pricey stuff.
Could well be.
So you need to stop, drop, and then shop.
A lesson if you want to spend less on household products, where big names outsell own brands to the tune of over £2 billion a year.
You're just drawn to the brands because you grow up with them and you trust them.
We always stick with the ones we like.
Yeah, we do.
And the brands the Allens like always seem to be the biggest names.
So it's
I'm a
different.
bit sceptical, yeah. I love my fairy because you just need the tiniest bit.
Right, you wash, I'll dry.
At just 79 pence, this budget supermarket own brand is a saving of more than a third on their usual big label choice.
Yeah, it's bubbly.
I think it smells the same, looks the same, I don't know how you tell. And if it does and it's cheaper, then that's a no-brainer, isn't it?
It seems like the Allens are coming round to the idea of binning the brands. Chores over, Naomi settles down to a bit of me time. But when it comes to her personal appearance, will this beauty therapist be so open-minded?
Naomi's in the shower and she spends a lot of money on her shampoo. So I don't know how she'll get on with this shampoo. Have you tried your shampoo yet?
Yeah, it's not lathering very well.
Isn't it?
It smells nice, it's coconutty.
The Allens are rinsing £82 a year on shampoo. But with this supermarket own swap costing just 55 pence a bottle, they could make a saving of over £70.
OK, that's not actually as bad as I thought, putting the brush through it. So I may be eating my words.
Shampoo is a popular product drowning in big brand names. But are the more pricey products worth the extra spend? We've gathered a team of trainee hairdressers, their clients and bosses to put 6 different Shine shampoos to the test.
I think you can tell the difference between a cheap and an expensive shampoo. I do tend to just go for whatever's on offer in the shops.
But with our shampoos in debranded dispensers, the judgment would be based purely on performance. Going under the tap are Aldi's Sensation Shine Shampoo, the cheapest in our range at 22 pence per 100 mils. Next up, Head & Shoulders, costing over 4 times as much at £1. Naomi's usual brand Aussie make this Miracle Shine shampoo at £1.20. Then, ethical brand Green People at £7.48. Premium brand Dermalogica is our second most pricey option at just over £8 per 100 ml. At the top end of the market, Philip B Forever Shine, costing a huge £24.54. All of our shampoos claim to deliver shiny locks, so which would prove a sparkling success and which a total washout? First up, at just 89 pence a bottle, was the discount store own brand.
Got a beautiful shine on there. And it is quite soft. Feels clean, so that's quite a good shampoo. I agree.
And what of the biggest brand in the batch?
Doesn't seem as shiny. I would say this is probably a cheaper one than so would I.
Would this product from the makers of Naomi's own shampoo turn our experts' heads?
It's quite shiny. Yeah, the problem is we have got that static, but we have got the shine as well. Yeah, this one's very shiny. Yes. Shiny. Very, very shiny. It feels nice too.
At the end of our test, our outright winner was the most expensive shampoo at a whopping £54 a bottle.
Well, it does what it says on the bottle, but I suppose if you can afford it.
But cheapest choice at a 60th of the price, Aldi took a great second place.
Yeah, I think with the right conditioner and styling products, yes, it's worth the money. Yeah, definitely.
So sometimes you do get what you pay for, and if you want to spend over £50 on a shampoo, well, our winner clearly does the job. But at that price, it's not for everyone.
For me to spend £54 on a shampoo, it would have to have gold coming out of it.
So it's worth noting that the own brand shampoo came in a very respectable second place. And it goes to show, when it comes to value for money, it really is worth shopping around. Back at the Allens, the designer packaging has gone, replaced by mystery products that could cost them much less.
I normally use MAC Studio Fix, and I just find that that is really even, suits my colouring. It stays on, it's pretty much all day wear.
And at £22 a bottle, it costs a whopping 260 quid a year.
I don't think this is my usual brand. I would say this has been swapped.
It has, an annual saving of £60. And Richard's preparing for the school run.
We've got half an hour to get ready. Trainers would be nice. No idea what they are. They look leather.
And only £10 from a value fashion chain. £55 less than his branded originals.
Looks all right from here. I've not seen myself in the mirror, though. Let me do my hair. Right, what have you got for me here? Hairstyling wax.
To test whether the Allens can really spot a designer product, expensive items were swapped in too.
This one smells a bit funny, though.
Richard doesn't look impressed. Maybe branded isn't always best. And at £11.50, this designer wax would cost £200 a year more than Richard's usual. But believe it or not, there may be occasions when the splurge could be better value than the save.
It's not much point spending a lot of money on something you're simply not going to use very often because the price per use will be very high. However, sometimes it's worth spending lots of money on an item because you're going to use it a lot. And so the price per use will be quite low.
I might take a bit of convincing on that one, Avi. So I'm heading north to find out what's the big deal with the big names. Like a lot of people, now and again, I will spend quite a bit of money on something, but most of the time, I want it to be cheap. And this business, well, they sometimes charge hundreds of pounds for the jackets they make. It would take a lot for me to spend that kind of money, so I've come to find out whether it's worth it. J. Barber & Sons have been knocking out wax jackets for over 100 years. Hiya, you all right? They don't come cheap, partly because they're largely handmade in a British clothes factory, where Angela is the technical manager.
How many sets of eyes and how many people are involved in making just one jacket, do you reckon?
Well, we've got 20 on the line who work for me from the beginning right through the different processes.
Do you think it makes a big difference then, in fact it's, you know, got so many people involved in it?
That's what the customer's paying for. Different parts of the garment where you have to be precise with the stitching detail. We can't automate that.
And as machinists like Maureen know, the devil's in the detail.
I hope you're not looking at me thinking, look at those cheap things you've got on.
Did I ask how much you paid for your jacket?
It was £20.
Not worth it.
What is the difference between that zip works, right? What difference? What?
See how all the stitching in between? That's all open there.
Yeah.
And it's wavy.
And that's a lot, more solid?
Neater. That's neater, yeah.
It is expensive, isn't it, to buy a Barber jacket? So something like this, where I've only spent 20 quid and it's lasted me a while.
Yes, but, you know, we will literally make sure that that jacket can last you a lifetime if you take care of it and look after it.
And if your coat does come a cropper, well, customer service manager Jean looks after the repairs.
I mean, surely that's had its day now, hasn't it?
No.
No?
Definitely not. All it required was a new zip. It's a very good form of recycling.
Which is unusual these days, because we live in a kind of disposable clothing
That's
culture,
right,
don't we?
yes.
I mean, I'm guilty of that. I'll buy something and then once, if I ever got to that stage, I'd be putting it in the bin or the charity shop bag.
So if you like your clothes long wearing rather than the latest fashion, you can still splash out and save in the long run.
You've got to think about what you want it for. Do you want it to last a long time or do you just want to look good for a few months? Because that's where you've got to weigh things up when you're spending the money is, am I going to have something like my jacket that was 20 quid that might not last me forever but does me for now? Or do you want something that's going to last you a lifetime and you'll have to spend more on it?
But if you're not planning on passing your coat to your children, you need to think if it's worth the splurge. Back in Yorkshire, Alex and I want to show our shopaholic family how less pricey brands stand up to the big names.
You know, I went to the barber factory and learnt about how they really take quality control seriously. But there is a question, isn't there, over whether you really need to spend that much?
Yeah, I mean, even if you're looking for a waterproof coat, you want one that really works and does the job, but you don't want to spend a fortune, do you?
But the Allens usually do. So we've called on some rain-loving ramblers from Sheffield University to test out waterproof jackets at a range of prices. Well, they are used to getting wet, aren't they?
I would never go cheaper. In heavy rain, they'll let water through.
Mine looks like a bin bag.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah, it's not very thick, this one.
Yeah, that one's like paper. I probably wouldn't buy a cheap waterproof, even if it is chucking it down with rain.
On trial today are a Gallet jacket costing £29.99. Priced at just a penny more, Regatta's packet jacket at £30. A Trespass waterproof priced at £51.99. Jumping up a notch, a Berghaus at £75. And the second most expensive is Montaigne, costing £110. At the top, the well-known make, the North Face, at £170.
Now, I hope you brought a hairdryer, because we are going to soak the lot of you and see actually which coat is the best value for money. 3, 2, 1, go!
So which waterproof will withstand a good all-round soaking the best?
What do you reckon?
As a rambler, do you think it's done the job?
No.
You don't?
Oh.
I feel a bit damp under there.
The cheapest in our range proved a bit of a damp squib.
That wasn't me.
At £51.99, the Trespass jacket proved just as waterproof as the much more expensive Berghaus and Montaigne. But for the Allens, one of the biggest surprises was that the most expensive option, the North Face jacket, at £170, was very nearly matched on performance by the Regatta, costing just £30.
Turn around. Oh, wow.
Wow. So are you surprised by what you saw?
I thought that the cheaper ones wouldn't fare as well, definitely.
No.
So
They did a lot better than I expected.
Yeah.
For the price, I don't think I necessarily now go and spend £170 on a coat, knowing that I'd get exactly the same results from one that's cheaper.
And there is still more to come.
Right, you! Not very safe for that hose. Right.
Actually, no. It seems the test showed the family that less expensive brands are definitely worth considering. But can Seb and Rudy spot whether their replica clothes are high-end or high street?
But is it weird, though, not knowing where your clothes have come from?
Especially when they've been delabelled.
When they've been delabelled. But you like them, though?
Yeah, I do like them.
You think it'll change the way we shop?
Yes, it might, but I don't think I'd ever go out and actually choose this. But when it's been chosen for me and I try it on, I will like it.
Well, the boys seem happy with their new clothes, and if they'd been bought these instead, the family could have spent £26 less.
The trouble is, we don't go in all these different shops.
No.
We only go in the same ones,
We stick to one shop that we know.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe we need to be a little bit more adventurous.
Yeah.
Tell that to Naomi, who's not doing too well with her replacement straighteners, which cost £90.
They're buzzing at me. Oh, no, I'm not sure about these, Seb.
If she'd have gone for these instead, she'd have spent £75 less. But at what cost to her hair?
These are pulling more than my GHDs as well. This seems to be like my hair's getting... Look at that. What have they given me? No, I'm not impressed with these things.
This might be one area where splashing out is justified. So will we have more joy when it comes to the boys' tablets? With their iPads confiscated, are they just as happy with their own less costly Kindles?
Prefer my thingy. Kindle.
If only Richard and Naomi had thought whether the boys really needed the iPads. On 2 tablets alone, they could have stopped themselves spending over 600 quid. And the savings don't stop there. We've swapped Naomi's £105 handbag for a 12 quid version.
So, boys, what do you think of Mum's bag?
I love your bag, Mum. I love it. What's it made of?
I'm not sure. It's not leather, but that doesn't worry me too much.
Well,
do you think it could be designer?
Could be Jimmy Choo. Right, boys, get your coats. We're going out.
Yeah, where are we going?
Oh, somewhere exciting.
Cool.
Show off Mum's outfit.
Our fashion-conscious family's usual choice of clothes would have set them back a combined total of nearly £770. Today's like-for-like outfits cost just under £250. If they bought these instead, they'd have spent more than £520 less.
These clothes are very comfy to climbing in. I've been wearing these clothes all day. They are quite comfy.
But would Seb's friend be a fan of his unbranded £10 trainers?
What do you think of my trainers, Enzo? I quite like them.
So if kids are less taken in by a label, why do we adults fall for it? We've come to see Professor Avi to find out more.
How many adverts do you think are in this magazine?
Definitely more than 20%, I'd say.
I'd say high 30s.
Well, what I suggest we do is we rip them out.
Right, I'm 7 pages in and they're all adverts over.
I know.
56 pages of advertising was found in the men's magazine. That's about 31%. In the women's monthly, there was an astonishing 178 pages. More than half of the total magazine was adverts.
That is all that's left
Of your magazine?
of my £4 magazine.
And these are all the ads you've taken out.
I knew it was a lot, but I didn't realise it was that many.
They're actual adverts, but the rest of the magazine is all other types of advertorials.
It's one big advert.
Yeah.
The whole magazine is one big advert.
And that is what is leading us to spend so much.
What they're trying to do is represent aspirational images of who the reader of the advert could be. But they're not very realistic images, and when they compare themselves with the images in the adverts, they see that there's a gap. And that gap between who they are and what they see can be closed by using the products that are being advertised.
I suppose it does leave you feeling, right, if I buy that perfume or that bit of jewellery, I will become her. Oh, but they're nice, though.
See, we're being sucked in already, aren't we?
Well, you are, yes, of course. That's what these magazines are designed to do.
It works.
time to put the adverts aside and get down to business. More than £1 billion a year is spent on impulse buys.
That's £70 exactly, please.
And for the reckless Allens, it's made easier by their use of credit cards.
So Richard, I want to have a quick chat with you just about your money. Do you ever kind of look at what is going out each month?
Yeah, I know what our bills are, regular bills, so I make sure they're paid. I think the other thing as well is once I've paid all the direct debits, I then pay the credit cards. So, and that typically can be another £400 or £500.
Multiple cards might seem the norm these days. In fact, shoppers in the UK are some of the most prolific users of plastic in Europe. So I've come up with some money-minded advice for Richard.
I found using cash when I go out shopping now helps me to not do as much impulse buying.
Okay.
So if you and Naomi are going out shopping and you know, for example, you need your lad's coat, take the money you'd want to spend on them coats. Then if you see something when you're out and about and you're thinking, oh, I really want to buy that, well, we haven't got our cards, go home and have a think about it. It's still going to be there.
So don't take the cards?
No, don't take them.
Over half of Brits think paying in cash is the easiest way to keep control of spending. For Richard, a start would be limiting his cards to one.
Here we go.
Okay,
right,
let's-
I'll just do this properly. Cut up the bit where the chip.
Oh, right, okay.
That is it. Go on, kid. Are you feeling all right about it?
Yeah, we just have to tell Naomi you've chopped a
I'm
card
off now.
up.
Have a nice day. Tell Naomi. Good luck. See ya.
Thanks a lot. Leave me with it.
Oh, sorry, Rich, but hopefully Naomi's got enough to think about as Alex is upstairs giving her a lesson in brand loyalty. But without the labels to colour her judgment, will she know the pricey paints from the bargains?
We've come up with a paint test for you. Now, obviously, you are renovating this bathroom.
Yeah,
well,
we
I
are.
hope so.
We're trying.
Our test includes 5 different bathroom paints, all 2.5 litre tins. First up is Wilko's Mid-Sheen bathroom paint, the least expensive at just £15 a pot. Next up, Homebase own brand at £18.99. At just £1 more is Wix at £19.99. Brand leader Dulux's Bathroom Plus comes in at £24.49. But by far the most expensive in our range is Little Green at £44 a pot.
You've got all sorts of different makes here. Which of them would you naturally gravitate towards?
I would probably say Dulux. It's a brand that I know and I think I trust it. I've seen it on the adverts.
2 coats were applied to each panel, but from just the look and feel, can Naomi pick out the paint with the lowest price tag?
I'm finding this really hard. I would say that is the cheapest, Paint One.
And you're happy with that decision?
Yes, I'm happy with that decision. I've probably got it totally wrong, but yeah, possibly not.
Well, it was the Dulux.
That's terrible.
That's a shock, actually.
That
isn't
is
it?
a shock, yeah, that's a massive shock.
Then the cheapest, which is the Wilko, was paint number 5, which I think
that
actually
surprisingly covers well.
It's a really good coverage.
Yeah, I was impressed with that one.
Yeah.
So in our blind test, bottom of Naomi's list was Dulux, but it's not over yet.
Boys! Ah, here they come.
All of our paints promise to be washable, but can they deliver?
Oh, look at that one, that's harsh. That is never going to come off, never in a million years.
No, I'm with you. I think we're going to have a real job to get this off. So the instructions on all the paints are that you only need warm soapy water to get them off, apart from one, which doesn't give you any specific instructions.
Give it a go, Seb.
Time to get it off.
Can I have one?
Yeah.
All of the paints performed well in our test, but there were some surprises in store.
So Seb, this paint is the one Mum usually uses.
Yes.
The Dulux, yeah? So how is this faring, do you think?
I've got most of it done.
Let's have a look at the cloth. Any blue paint on there? No, not really, is there?
But the littlest member of Team Clean is getting equally good results with the cheapest paint.
Look how good clean I am.
At just £15 a pot, it's nearly a tenner cheaper than Dulux.
And Paint 5 is the cheapest, Rudy, can you believe it? Now, what would you say to Mum? Because Mum would never use Paint 5 normally.
I would say, just give it a go, Mum. Just give it a go, Mum.
Naomi's starting to see that there's a world beyond the brand she's used to. But can she cope with something that should curb her impulse shopping?
Have you got on?
All right, we had a good chat about money. I've got one thing to own up on, though. we had a little bit of a...
What have you done?
Well, we decided...
I need my cards.
No, we've not got rid of all of them. So, yeah, Steph did it, really, but she cut your card up. All right, well, I let her.
Wait till I see her.
I know.
I'm having a...
With so much money to be made from impulse shoppers like Naomi, it's no wonder that brands use every trick in the book to part us from our cash.
Part of the point of advertising is to keep us constantly buying things. And in order to do that, they obviously spend a lot of money on developing new products and then advertising those new products to us. And what we often see is some odd phrases appearing. So, for example, you may see a shampoo or some makeup with some new miracle ingredient.
So the brands are trying to provide us with a solution to a problem that we don't necessarily have to begin with.
Absolutely. And so to illustrate that, I've got a little game we're going to play.
Oof, we like a game.
Now, what I've got are some phrases that these products use to advertise.
OK.
And then you have to decide which phrase goes with which product. So,
Quantum Max. I think that's like technology.
I think it's something that's geared to a more male-dominated market.
Right, let's go with gadgets.
OK, it's in actual fact, it's dishwasher tablets.
No, it's not.
So that would go over here with cleaning products.
Do we need Quantum Max in our dishwasher
We probably
tablets?
do, I don't know.
Oh.
This one might be a bit easier. 3D White Lux.
Take care.
Right. OK, but what is 3D White Lux?
Yeah, because you'd hope your teeth are 3D anyway, wouldn't you? If you're going to eat anything.
Well, you would.
Novamin.
Well, I think that's trying to say, is it a new mineral or something? So would it be skincare?
It's actually toothpaste.
Again?
Yes. What mineral is it? I don't know, but it's a new one, though. If something's new, it's not what we've currently got, so you've created that gap again between what we have now and what we could have in the future.
This is doing my head in now, because every single word is, like, made up.
As consumers, we have to be conscious that when we see these words used, to actually ask ourselves, well, what do they actually mean? Don't believe the hype.
Well, that's a lesson the Allens could do with learning, as the couple struggle to assess a mystery washing powder.
That's really white, isn't it? I'm sure the one we've done
Oh,
before.
that's not fair, eh?
So let's have a look at some of Dolly's stuff, because that
Yeah,
gets
that
covered.
is true. Actually, I've got one here, a T-shirt of hers, and she got covered in bolognese the other day with this on.
Base on it. I mean, they're pretty clean.
That's
just
not
a
bad,
little
is
bit.
those two marks
But
there?
would you think that Fairy would have got that out straight away?
Possibly, yeah.
It's a supermarket own brand that costs just £2.57, half the price of their usual big-name brand.
Should we try the bubble bath?
Yeah. We're going in the bath.
But what would she make of the baby bath wash?
First impressions, it doesn't seem to bubble as much.
It's not bubbly at all, is it?
No. Smells nice, though.
Is it?
Yeah.
In fact, it's their usual big brand, which at just under £3 sets them back nearly 35 quid a year. But if they can't even recognise it, perhaps the time has come to try out new ones.
If we're happy with this and Dolly likes it, and we think it does all the same things, then do we really need to be spending on Johnson's? Because I guess that's more expensive.
But will the new thinking also apply to little Dolly's £10 designer free dresses?
Let's have a look.
What have we got, little lady? Oh, that is gorgeous.
Yeah, that is
It's like
nice.
a little party dress.
Yeah.
And £15 cheaper than Dolly's usual fancy frocks.
It's nice material as well, isn't it?
It is, yeah, it feels okay.
If it was going to be cheap, they wouldn't line it, would they, like that? Would they?
Well, actually, Richard, at just £10, this supermarket dress is quite a lot cheaper than you usually spend.
You like your shoes, don't you, like Mummy? You do. We just need to find some cheaper options, don't we? And then we can have lots of them for cheaper, and Daddy will be a happy man.
With the experiment at an end, will the Allens agree to keep using our substitutes and spend less in future once they find out what products they've actually been using?
Oh, I can't wait to get back into the Allens' house and see whether they've managed to change at all. There were so many different areas to work on them with, there wasn't there?
Yeah, it's just one last push now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hopefully they listen.
Well, you're quite persuasive. I mean, look how many times I've paid for things.
Well, that's true, Steph. It is true.
I'm
excited.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
Yeah.
I'm really hoping to to be surprised. I think there's lots and lots of things that we've seen and admitted that we like.
Yeah.
And we should not be put off by where they've come from.
We'll see, won't we, if they've backtracked a bit and actually thought this own brand really works for us.
This is what this is all about, because if we are going to save that money, then that's exactly what we should be doing.
We could come out of this looking like fools, couldn't we?
Yeah, never to be seen in the same cab again.
The Shopwell experiment set out to show how we can all spend less by opening our eyes to a new way of thinking. But will this family really stop their squandering ways in future?
Well, we're back and you've let us in, so that's a good start.
It's a very good start. We were doubtful about that. How have you found it, though? Has it been difficult?
It has.
Yeah.
Doing the whole swap thing, actually, I've thoroughly enjoyed personally.
Have you?
Yeah, I've enjoyed it.
What have you
yeah.
enjoyed about it?
It feels like you're trying out lots of new products, something we never do. We're very lazy. We just pick the same things, the same brands, we go to the same shops. Probably learnt a few things as well about the value of things. We've looked at the quality of it and what it's worth. I mean, we have got rid of 2 credit cards.
So you didn't get any more?
No.
And the week after, I did get an application form for another one, so it's gone straight in the bin. So fine.
Oh, well done, Naomi. Yes. Right, shall we have a look then at some of the products specifically?
Yeah. Looking forward to this.
Yeah? All right. The member of the family with the biggest wardrobe, as we found out, is little Dolly at 15 months.
Dolly's extravagant wardrobe set the family back around £1,200. But without knowing the labels of our range of cut-price clothes, their preconceptions were confounded.
Did you think this was designer?
Yeah, I thought it was perhaps from like a little individual boutique type shop.
$9.99 from H&M.
Really?
And what about the other clothes then?
I think possibly cheaper, but only slightly.
On 5 outfits for Dolly, we spent around £141 less than what the Allens would usually spend on similar outfits. A great saving.
Yeah, that's a bit extreme, I have to
That
say.
is extreme.
In total, the Allens liked over 70% of Dolly's low-cost options. Similar smart money choices in the future could cost them around £600 less a year.
She can still look like the princess she is, with just a slightly cheaper wardrobe.
Yeah.
The squeaky clean Allens are used to shelling out £6 a packet on their usual washing powder. Will they still embrace our substitute when they see what it is?
Ta-da!
Oh, right.
So, we've got own brand, non-biological washing powder, which worked absolutely fine.
It was
Yeah,
okay,
that was fine.
And over the year, it would be £82.32 saving. I mean, not far off £100.
Just for changing a wash powder that we think's just as good.
Fragrance fanatic Naomi was distraught when she lost her expensive range of designer perfumes.
One perfume! No!
But will she still turn her nose up when we reveal our secret substitute?
So, perfume. Liked it?
Yeah.
What do you reckon the difference would be from your typical perfume?
Probably a good £20.
£44 and a penny difference.
No, really? That's
Wow.
shocking.
Yeah, but
£44?
Your perfume is expensive, isn't it? It's
So
crazy,
how much
isn't
is
it?
that a bottle then?
$7.99 and you get double the amount.
100 ml?
Yeah.
That's cheap as chips. I could spray it forever and just...
And you'd smell better than chips, to be honest.
And what about our £12 handbag, a snip compared to Naomi's own, which cost £105?
So would you swap your handbag for this one?
No, just in terms of practicality.
But will she wish she'd spent less when the potential saving is laid out in hard cash?
Oh, now you're talking. When I see it laid out like that.
Yeah, just swap.
Seriously? Because you've seen the difference?
Yeah, done
But
deal.
like 30 seconds ago, you just said you wouldn't.
I know, but it's laid out in front of me.
If she'd have bought this bag instead, that £93 on the table would be in her pocket.
I would carry that for you.
Brilliant, you heard that? You heard that?
And the savings just keep stacking up.
Keeper?
Definitely a keeper.
Excellent. £42.
That's shocked me. That really has. So cheap.
In fact, Naomi and Rich were happy with over 2/3 of our substitutes. Although not all of our choices were met with such enthusiasm.
What have they given me? No, I'm not impressed with these things.
The hair straightener swap. How did you get along?
Rubbish. They were rubbish.
But how did the rest of the family fare with their gadgets? The Allen residence was home to 5 tablets before we took away Rudy and Seb's £319 iPads, leaving them with just their 2 Kindle Fires.
Well, in every cupboard, Steph, weren't they? Basically, every cupboard we opened, there was some sort of tablet.
Could you survive without having as many of them?
Yeah, of course it could, yeah.
Let's have a look at the serving then.
It is £638.
If only they'd asked themselves if the boys really needed them before they splashed the cash. They won't make that mistake again.
You were going to be minted.
Yeah. You could have a jacuzzi in the bathroom.
Don't now. Enough.
Rich and Naomi were hoping we could teach them to spend without the splurge. So if our experiment has worked and they've learned how to shop differently, their bathroom could soon be finished.
So, shall we talk totals?
Yes. I'd love to hear.
They're about to find out how much less they would have spent with our money-saving alternatives.
So the grand total, including household products, cosmetics, clothes, gadgets,
is around £4,290 a year.
Wow. I think that's amazing.
That's incredible.
I mean, I guess it just opens your eyes to how much money you're wasting.
I mean, that's shed loads, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's shocking, isn't it?
Incredible amount.
But you are no different to anybody else. We all do it.
Well, thank you for your help. It's been brilliant.
Yeah.
And you know, you could invite us back and we'll do the official opening of your bathroom for you. Our work here is done.
Let's go.
Come on, actually.
That's hundreds a month.
Well, that's an entire bathroom.
Well, that is true.
So there we go.
Can't wait to see money in my bank at the end of the month. Something I can't really ever remember having.
I think the only shopping trips will be when the children need something, I think.
Yeah. And then we should go with a list and then set amount of money and get just that. That's the plan.
I can't believe how much of a difference seeing them now, how they think about shopping. And it's so good, isn't it? Because they'll be able to now save money for the bathroom and, you know, show the kids that it doesn't always have to be the top brands.
Yeah. Such a nice family as well. Glad we helped them.
Hey, we did it!
Yes, right, come on. Home. Home we go.
Next time, we're with the Garrett family,
Yay, say
who treat shopping as a hobby.
What did you buy? What'd you buy? What'd you buy? What'd you buy?
And with a habit of serious hoarding.
Whoa!
Will we succeed in saving them money?
That's new. That's your.
And teaching them how to shop well for less.
You'd need to be a centipede, wouldn't you, to wear all this?